started out her wrestling career as a naive teenager. She wound up in major storylines with the WWF and WWE. From there, she also appeared in WCW, TNA Wrestling and in Mexico. Today on the video, we ask whatever happened to Ryan Shamrock.
The WWE Universe is on its feet.
Alicia Webb was just 19 years old and an aspiring model from Houston, Texas when fate came calling. Alicia's friend Dave was also friends with WWF executive Bruce's brother Love Prichard. Dave was looking for tickets to a WWF show when the promotion was in town in Houston. Prichard saw a picture of Dave's friend Alicia and asked Dave if she was available to do a one-shot appearance on television.
I'm Ryan Shamrock, and I am going to be in Baltimore this weekend for the National Sports Collectors Convention.
When initially approached to do the appearance on WWF TV, Alicia declined the opportunity. Alicia was not a fan of professional wrestling and was not familiar with the WWF product. After some coaxing from her friend, Alicia agreed to appear. In January of 1999, Alicia appeared at ringside as the kayfabe sister of Ken Shamrock named Ryan. She had never met any of the wrestlers she was working with prior to her appearance. She was simply handed a script and told to react to certain situations. WWF management liked her so much. She was offered a full-time contract with the company. She had a storyline with Val Venis, and after Val dumped her, she, along with Terry Runnels and Jackie Moore, formed a trio called PMS, aka Pretty Mean Sisters. They were a heel faction whose only purpose was to exact revenge on all the men who did them wrong. PMS would last for about 3 months until Ryan Shamrock was released from the company in July of 1999. After her release from the WWF, Alicia Webb was hired by WWF main rival WCW. She became the valet to the Maestro and her new ring name became Symphony. She remained with WCW for nearly a year before both she and the Maestro were released by that company in the late summer of 2000. After WCW folded and TNA Wrestling emerged, she was hired under the name of Alicia and began scouting TNA talent.
Joining me right now is the beautiful Ryan Shamrock. Ryan, how do you like being here at Super Mega Fest?
It's wonderful.
Okay, now you're coming into WWE when you first came in as Ken Shamrock's sister. How was that experience?
It was interesting, to say the least, and really interesting to see how many people actually believed that it was true.
Unfortunately, the angle was dropped after a few weeks and Alicia Webb started making appearances and independent wrestling shows. That is where she met Sean X-Pac Waltman and the two became a couple. Waltman brought her along for a tour in Mexico for AAA, both members of a heel faction called the Foreign Legion. The faction mainly consisted of wrestlers who were not of Mexican descent.
And come see all the other girls.
She remained down in Mexico for about 2 years. After her time in AAA, Alicia Webb started to appear more sporadically on independent wrestling shows, so the question is, whatever happened to Alicia Ryan Shamrock Webb? She still makes routine appearances at wrestling conventions, but her main work now is she is on the board of directors for a charity organization called One Step Closer. The group raises money in the battle against cerebral palsy. She is a single mother of a son she named Phoenix from a previous marriage to a non-wrestler, and she still resides in Houston, Texas. She has been romantically linked in the past with wrestlers Ken Shamrock, Sean Waltman, and Sean Daivari.